Basically, paint is a material in liquid form, which when applies, it dries. And after drying, it forms a film which imparts protection and corrosion to a product. Now, protection from corrosion, protection from atmosphere, protection from a lot of other things. Like in a car, we have to check that the diesel or petrol or oils, different types of oils, which we use in an automobile, do not damage the paint film. Or similarly, anywhere we are using that typical paint application, we have to check for the what is going to come in contact with that particular product, that particular paint film. We need to check for the resistances of these paint films. Like for example, I'm making a washing machine and doing powder coating on washing machine. I have to check the powder for the detergent, different types of detergents available in the market, whether they are attacking my paint film or whether they are damaging my paint film. So that is the protection we are talking about. And decoration is overall aesthetics. Like aesthetics are more important on cars or most of the consumer items, refrigerators, etc. Uh, and there the protection is also important. Something like this, where you have offshore installations, probably the protection will be more important than the decoration or than the aesthetics, because it is not seen. But in case of certain items like oh, we do a lot of painting on plastics or wood, where probably the decoration is more important than um, the protection. So depending on the job or depending on the items or its or the products and its end use, service life use, we have to select the paint which will give you maximum protection or maximum decoration, or in case of cars and all, it could be equally important. Both are equally important. So it could be 50-50 in case of cars or automobiles or scooters, motorcycles, etc. A substrate. A substrate is the surface of any metallic or non-metallic products to be painted. Now on this you can see uh, paint is applied on plastics, plastic components, on metals, on wood, and there are many more items or many more products on which we are applying the paint or we are applying the coatings, where the base is called as substrate. So if you are doing it on the wall is a substrate. So that is a typical term used in case of painting and coatings. Now, what is a paint? Paint is a homogeneous mixture of heterogeneous materials. Now, there are a number of different types of materials. Some are liquid, some are solids, which we are mixing them together so that we make a very homogeneous material or very homogeneous liquid, which ultimately we call it as a paint. Now, what are the ingredients which go into the paint? First is pigments. The pigments are the coloring materials basically. We will be discussing each of these on next slides. Then resins or binders, these are main film formers, solvents and additives. So these four are main ingredients or types of ingredients you can say. Now pigments. Pigments are fine powders added to the paints which impart color. They are insoluble in resin, water, solvent, and they do not change their properties under any service condition. Now you can see this particular ingredient, pigment, is in solid form. It does not dissolve. They are insoluble in resin, water, solvents, etc. And they do not change their properties under service condition or even under application conditions, because usually we say powder coating, we are applying the powder and putting it in oven for 180 to 200 degrees to 10 degrees for about 10 minutes. So now at that particular temperature, at that particular time and temperature, our basic expectation is that pigment, whichever are added in powder coating powders, should not change the color, should not change their properties. They contribute color, opacity, and special effects. Now, color, as you know, you can see the colors. Opacity is the opaqueness. Opaque is exactly opposite to transparency. So, opacity, you can also call it as non-transparency and special effect. Now, in case of opacity, we also say in paint language, we call it as hiding power of that particular pigment. And special effects are like you have metallic finishes or you have some other mica finishes. They come under this particular special effect. They also add anti-corrosive properties, which these type of different pigments are there. These type of pigments we are using mostly in our primers. And mechanical strength by reinforcing the paint film. Now, as you know, this is the only ingredient which is in solid form. So these liquids mixed with these solids, that is solid pigments, will naturally increase the strength as they are going to reinforce the paint film after drying. Resins. Resins is actually, you can say, these are the main film formers. That is, they will undergo some reaction, which we call as either polymerization or oxidation, and they will form a dry film. Now, all the raw materials are bound together by this particular ingredient or resin. So we also call this as a binder. They contribute major characteristics to the dried film, like adhesion, first adhesion to the base metal, or we just saw, we call it as uh, substrate. Then gloss, flexibility, most of the chemical and mechanical strength and resistances to a lot of other things like UV rays, outdoor stabilities, etc., etc., and as well as durability to the film. So selection of resin in your paint plays very important role for the life of the product. Next is solvents. Solvents will dissolve the resin part in paint and are used to adjust the flow. That is what we call as viscosity during the manufacturing as well as during the application process. So the solvents are added at the time of manufacturing also. So the paint what you get is usually uh, having some solvents. Now what happens is there are a number of solvents available. So these solvents, as if you have some knowledge of chemistry or if you are remembering some chemistry, all the solvents will have different solvent power. That is what we also call as cutting power, or that is what is also called as, we can call it as ability to dissolve. So that will differ from solvent to solvent, number one. There are many characteristics. So this is one of it. Second is the drying time of each solvent will be different. Like you might have noticed that there are some thinners available. We call it as NC thinner, which will dry very fast. And some of the GP thinners, that is general purpose thinners, which will dry quite slow compared to NC thinner. So this is basically the solvents which are incorporated in that particular thinner will have that tendency of rate of evaporation. So what we do is sometimes we have to add 2, 3, 4 solvents together to suit that particular paint. So normally what happens is if my paint, that particular solvent mixture needs higher cutting power, that is higher dissolving power, we add some very high grade true solvents, maybe 5%, maybe 10%. And if I want to play with the uh, time of evaporation, that is especially on conveyorized lines, after we spray, after we apply the paint, there is a gap before it enters the oven. That particular gap normally is called as a flash off zone. Flash off zone means the solvents are supposed to get evaporated. Majority of it, almost 80-85% of it, in that flash off zone, and then it is supposed to enter the oven. So whatever coating after baking you get is in good shape. So now, for example, place like any place in North India, say Delhi or Gurgaon, where Maruti factory is situated, the winter temperature today is 3 degrees, 4 degrees, 5 degrees. And in summer, the temperature goes up to 40-45 degrees. So if I'm using the same solvents in both the, or the same solvent mixtures to be precise, in both the seasons, I'll have a problem with uh, evaporation of that, because at 40-45 degrees the evaporation rate will be different, and at 3-5-10 degrees the evaporation rate will be different. So we are mixing different solvents to adjust that according to the temperature conditions, and the because the time is fixed, it's moving on a conveyor speed cannot be altered, it is usually not altered. So I have to play with the solvent combination. And these mixture of different solvents or solvent combinations, we usually call it as thinners. Thinner is a very simple word coined by the paint industry that it thins down the viscosity, so we call it as thinner. Okay, it will reduce the viscosity, so make it slightly more flowable, more fluid. So that is why we call it as thinner. Now, solvents are helpful to adjust the drying rate of paint as well. If you have very fast drying solvent, sometimes you cannot get a very good finish. So you need to go for slightly slow drying solvents, because that paint has to stay on the job. Before the solvent evaporates, certain amount of flow has to happen, which will give you a leveling, proper leveling of that particular paint film, and then it should evaporate. So that particular time adjustment also is very important, which we call as drying rate of paint. Then solvent emission. These solvents, whatever solvents or thinners we are adding, they will evaporate 100% from the dried paint film while drying the paint film. So this is what is an environmental concern. Like this is what is called as VOC, volatile organic content or volatile organic component. And this VOC is going in the air on continuous basis. So whatever thinners we are using in the paint are going to get evaporated. And this evaporation definitely is going to be a big concern. Worldwide, these VOCs are being monitored. In India also, there are certain industrial areas where they have started it. But our CPCB, that is Central Pollution Control Board, is yet to give a clear-cut indication on how much VOC is acceptable. And because of this VOC issues or VOC environmental problems or regulations worldwide, especially in the developed countries like US and most European countries, even Japan and etc. Korea is there, Australia, New Zealand is there, a lot more countries, Singapore is there. They are shifting to water-based paints. Water-based paints in the sense, instead of adding these solvents, I'll add water as a thinner. So there are two types which we call as water thinnable paints, and second type is water borne paints or water based paints. So these paints are already available. They are there in the market. Uh, Automotive industry has also started shifting to water based paints, in which 4 years back Toyota was the first one to convert their one or two, not the top coat, but the surfacer and other coats to water based. And that was the first automotive industry in India which is already shifted to water based. And water based is going to be future. So another 5 or 10 years, probably all the paints available will have either waterborne or water thinnable type of chemistries rather than the solid base chemistry is what we are using as of today.